Welcome back everyone, I'm Jewel and we're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map in the Giants editor for Farming Simulator 19 today, and I want to do a tutorial on the Spline Street Constructor. So as you can see, I already have the road in place and another one just to show you things. I'm obviously going to show you the steps to it, but anyway, this particular road is the main road that they provide for you in the kit, the constructor. But these are the markers that you'll need. And over here, I have another road that's matching. It matches that one, but I just put it over here. It has the lines on it, but I redid the lines because I was working on them, and I just did it real fast just to show it. And so this is how you do the lines. But I got a video, a separate. It's approximately a 28-30 minute video on how to do these lines in paint.net, so please check that out because it's very important. If you want the lines, you would have to do that separate to get them, so check that out. I already showed that. I'll probably post both of these the same day, so you'll have all of it. Just look for it and it'll be there. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Hope everybody's been enjoying. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Please continue to do so and help me meet my goals of my 4,000 watch hours and my 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. And we're growing quick, and I do appreciate it. So anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and explain what you need to do. So what we're going to do is come over here, pick our road, look around, just choose which road you want to start on. And I just had these laid out for a guideline, so we'll know where we want roads at. So we come on down, and what you would do is you would go ahead. Now obviously this is all here, and that's not this is not something that we need. This was this is the other road with the lines. This one is this one here on the scene graph in the left hand corner bottom is this road. These are the little markers. I haven't deleted them because I was just testing, because I'm going to probably delete this obviously, but I left it there because you need the markers where they are to make the road. So if you delete it too quick, you'll mess up and you can't make the road. So anyway, so what I want to show you is, I guess I'll just do a little test piece over here just to give you the idea, or I could start over there. Let's start over here. Well, we don't want to go that far. Alright, what we'll do is start a test piece here, right here. So I'm going to close this. Alright, now you're going to come in here, you're going to pick your spot. Pretend this is the end of the road right here. Like, pretend if we had this, we could make a line. Let me see what we got here. Gotta put it on add. We'll just make a line. Pretend that's the start of the road, the end of the road. Pretend that's not there. This is the start. This is where we're going. Or pretend there's a road coming across here. Alright. So we're wanting to start here. So we're wanting to go this way with the road. Even though you can drive either way, we're going to lay it down going this way, and we want it to stop here. And as you can see, it's a little bit of a curve. Alright, so what we need to do, and I'm going to show you how to get the Spline Street Constructor. Now, I don't have a marker myself, but I have I watched a video. That's how I got mine way back when, and I'm going to show it to you, and you can go there to their YouTube video to get the marker. And then I'll have the link of the Spline Street Constructor posted in the description, but you can also go to they have a link as well. So I'm going to show you that. But this is the one I watched, but he didn't show everything, so I'm going to show you the things he didn't show. There's a couple little things he didn't show that I just had to stumble on and figure out myself. So first steps, you need to download the Spline Street Constructor and to download the marker. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to minimize it for a second because I got to line up what I got here. Click here. Alright, you see this? David Brown. This is where I got my marker and this link to go get the Spline Street Constructor. Now he just didn't show some of the things that I'm going to be showing, but he did a great job, and I appreciate all of his videos on it. And what you would do is click on his link here where it says drive.google.com, and this is where you'll get the marker, and it'll open you up to this. So then you'll just come here and click download and go through whatever else it makes you do, if anything, and it'll download that for you to downloads. Alright, once you're done with that, you're going to go back here, and you can either click on it here, or I'm going to have this one linked in my description. I can't link that because that's not really mine. I don't have that set up, so you'll have to get that there. And so I'll link this one in the description because that's somebody else's, and it's a different sort of link. It's not something like that. No, I'm not going to link that. I could probably make one, but I'm not going to do that. This right there, just look it up. You can look it up, David Brown Johnson, editor, basics of Spline Street Constructor. Okay, now, and he also has some videos on some other ways of doing it, which is potentially better and maybe not. I haven't tried them. I can only vouch for what I've tried, and I didn't really want to mess with this the scripts on my editor because I didn't want to mess anything up, so that's why I haven't done it yet. So, but that's what the other videos are. So anyway, you're going to click on here. Once you do, it's going to open this to this, and you don't need any of that. That's German. If you don't know how to read that, you can go under Google Translate and copy and paste it in there, and it'll tell you. But in this case, you're going to click on this one right here, and I'm going to show you what that means up here, just to give you a heads up. Let me see which one it is. Not that one. Thought I had it. There it is. Load file from filehorse.de. That's what this right here says, and that's what it was that you're going to click on first. Right here, you're going to click that link. Once you click that link, it's going to take you to another link. I'm going to click on it just so you can see it in real time. It's going to take you here, and then it's going to do a countdown. Just give it time. It's going to do this little countdown. Let it do its little thing, then you got another thing to click on. And all of it's in German, so just, if you're worried, you can copy and paste it into Google Translate from German to English, and or whatever language you're speaking, and you'll be fine. Now this is the next thing you're going to click on, but if you want and you're worried, you can copy and paste it, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it is. It goes to there, and it says now to download page. So that's what that one's saying. So it says now to download page. You're going to click on that, and it's going to open you to this. And this one, these words here tell you, going to show you up here with the translate, your download is now ready. So now this says your download is now ready, and this one tells you something else. So you go to it, and let me go over some more. Well, let me find it. Maybe it's further. Well, I thought I had it. Oh well. Guess I don't have it. I just deleted that one though. Maybe it was. Let me go back. Either way, it tells you this is your download. So you're going to click on that to download this Spline Street Constructor. But what you can do is right click, copy. We'll just go ahead and do it. Go to this blank one. I typed it Google Translate into Google. Click it in here, right click. Make sure this cursor's up here where you right click or it won't work. Click here to start. That's what that one says. So I just wanted to show you all of it without you having to do it. Alright, and then you're going to click here to start. It's going to take you through the download process. I ain't going to download it again because I already have it, but that's what you would do. It should just go straight to downloads from here. But if it don't, just highlight what you need to read, copy, paste, and go to Google Translate and see what it says, and you'll be able to figure it out and get your Spline Street Constructor downloaded. So that's all you need. Once you have it downloaded, it's going to be in your downloads. So go to downloads, and once it's in here, you need to make you a folder. And I made me a new folder, so just click new folder up here, and I titled it Spline Street Constructor Main 1, so I would know it was the main one. You're going to do the same thing, make a new folder and put marker main 1 and put your marker in it. So the marker is in here. It's going to show up in a zip file. So what it is I copied that zip file into this folder. So it would look like that right there, a zip folder. Right click on it. Actually you would cut it in this case, but you need to make a copy before you do that. So, or you could go ahead and cut it and paste it into the new folder. So you would cut that, whatever the download was of the marker or the Spline Street Constructor, put it in this extra folder. I do that for a reason. And you then open it, and then you make a copy of this zipped up one. Click on it, right click on it, click copy, go put it somewhere like in desktop, and you would go to desktop, make a new folder, title it backup of Spline Street Constructor, and then go make another folder in the desktop saying backup of the marker, and then put that. Then you'll go to the marker in here, the one you made, the zipped up one, and you would copy it and take it to the desktop and put it in the backup folder, just to have a backup copy. Don't hit cut, hit copy. Now you got that. Now you're going to go left click on this zipped up folder, because this one won't be here yet. You're going to right click on it, then you're going to click extract all. Once you do, that's going to open this. Then you got your marker. That's called post, but it's also a marker, so either way you want to call it. Alright, so that's where that is. And then you're going to go back to the Spline Street Constructor, open it. This one won't be here yet. You're going to, after you've made your copy and put it on desktop, you're going to left click on here. Don't erase the name. Right click on it while it's highlighted and hit extract all. It's going to extract it to that file here, and then you're going to have all this, except you won't have this one. That's the one I just made on the other video, and you won't have this one because I made it on a different time. And you won't have the rowway 1. I made that, and I'm going to show you how to do that. That's what he didn't show. And you're going to not have splines, and I had to make that, and he didn't show that. He told about it, but he didn't show it. As far as I can remember, he didn't show that one, like making it. He just showed him already having it, not making it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make it. The rest of it you'll have all this. Okay, so those are the things you won't have, and those are the things you can make if you do the things I show you. Alright, so now we're going to go on back to the editor once you have all that, and we're going to come in here, and we're saying, oh, we're going to put our road here. We're going to go up here, and we're going to click, after we download and get everything set up, and we have all of our stuff, we need to go ahead and set up our new stuff in here. So I'm going to jump ahead and go ahead and create the spline so that you can get it ready. So you're going to go to create, click spline, and it throws a spline down here at the bottom. See it right there at the bottom? You're gonna highlight it, and you're gonna go to file, and you're gonna export selection. Don't do with files, just do the export selection. Once you do, hang on, let me catch up with myself here. Oh, there's one thing obviously that I didn't tell you, and that's if you don't even have Giant's editor open, go ahead and open it to your map. But if you don't know how to do that, I mean, you need to, I'll just show you. Go to Documents, My Games, FS17, Mods, and that's my map, Jules Peaceful Valley, Maps. Then you're going to go to Maps US. You're going to pick 8.2.2 for 19, and you're going to pick 9.0.2 for 22, FS22. Alright, that opens that. Boom, it opens, which I didn't even mean to open it. I don't even know why I did that. Let me close it. Alright, we're going to close you. Alright, so that's how you get in here. Once you're in here, you're going to go ahead and create you can go ahead and create the spline if you want. You're going to click on here, click export selection. When you do, this wouldn't be here. These two right here won't be there for you. They're here for me because I already made them. But I'm not going to remake it because it's already here. Okay, so you would not have these two. You'd have everything else. So once you come in here, you ignore all that, and you're going to type right here, put splines. Then you're going to hit save. Okay, so just type it out. And it is an i3D file, leave it on that. Alright, so you'd hit save. So I'm going to hit cancel. Mine's already in here. That's all you do. Just type out splines in lowercase letters, hit save. Now, once you're done with that, delete that spline. Make sure you just delete spline. So I'm going to delete that. Alright, you're going to come up here to create again and hit transform group. You're going to come down to the bottom of the scene graph in the left hand corner. You're going to click on it. You're going to come over here to the attributes window on the right top. And you're going to highlight over that, and you're going to call it roadway 1. At least that's what I'm calling mine. Now, what you're going to do from here is you can click somewhere else so it'll pop over here. Make sure it's highlighted, roadway 1. Go up here, file, export selection, same thing. You're going to click in this box, title it roadway 1. Hit save. Now you got both of these i3D files, okay? That you didn't have, you won't have. Now I'm not going to do it because I already have it. It's right there. Alright, so then you're going to come back and you're going to delete the one you just made. Make sure you don't delete nothing else. So I'm going to delete that. Alright, that's all set. Now that's the two things he did not show, or at least that I can recall. He showed himself using them, but he didn't show you how to make them. So now, then once you've done that, alright, let me double check everything. Alright. Now you're going to, after you make your transform group, okay, we're going to create another transform group and call it roadway 1. Okay, roadway 1. Alright. Even though we deleted the other one, it's okay. I just wanted to show you it was a separate thing is why I did that. And that's the reason I did it. Okay, so now we have roadway 1. Once that's done, we go ahead and make sure that that's highlighted. And once you do, you'll see this gizmo. When you see the gizmo, you want this blue arrow to point in the direction you want your road to point in. So I need the arrow to point this way. So you can just use the number box over in the corner here, like that. Like you could put whatever it is, 30. I don't know what. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me go back. Just down here. Try 30 and see. Nope. Is try 90. Nope. Try negative 90. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. So I'm going to call it negative 90. See how it's pointing in the direction of this road? And it's almost at the right angle too. So that's what you're going to do. Or you could technically drag it from here and make it do it. Either way you want to do it. I didn't seem to have any problems doing it that way. So as long as it's pointing in the general direction, it should be fine. Okay. Now, I'm going to move on to the next step. Once you've done that, I'm just looking. Okay, next. Let me look at my next step. Alright, you're going to click on File. I'm reading something real quick. Okay, so you're going to click on File, Import, and you're going to find the folder in the Downloads where your marker is. You're going to open your marker and hit the post and hit Open. Once you do that, make sure it's highlighted at the bottom where it says Plane 001. Go to the Edit, Cut. Then you're going to click on the roadway 1, and that's the one I just made. Forget all those other ones. And you're going to click Edit, Paste. And then when it's highlighted, while it's highlighted, you're going to go ahead and hit Control B and then left click where you want it. So you can hit Control B while it's highlighted and click it where you want it, and click it again. So you can click once and then again, not double click, but click, click like that in a slow order. And then you're going to turn it to get it facing the way you want it, and you're going to roll in where you can see it, and you're going to situate it just how you want it. So pretend that this road here is going right across this right here. Well, you're going to need this little dot to line up with the edge of the other road. So you're going to want to slide it back. So let's just pretend that the edge of the brown is the road. You're going to pull it back until that dot hits the edge of the road that you're trying to connect it to, if that makes any sense. Alright, and we're going to have to turn it, obviously, because it's tilted. We're going to lift it up with this arrow. We're going to roll in closer where we can see it, and tilt it a little bit this way with this blue half circle. You just left click on it and just hold it down a second and tilt it till you see where you want it. We're going to lower it with this green one, get it down. Going to tilt it with this red one a little bit. Try to get it as perfect as you can to what your shape of your road is. You're going to drag it over into the center a little more, and that's our starting point. And I think that's fairly well. You can look to the back. I mean, it's not exact. You can tilt it a little more. You just get it where you think it looks good. It's not all going to be perfect because the ground's not all perfect, but you want it as close. See how that's a little different? So you can decide if you want the front or the back to be the more accurate, and you're going to tilt it a little bit. There you go. So just adjust it to where you want it. And there's going to be some adjusting of the ground later if there's any issues. Now once you've done that, you're going to hit Control D to duplicate it, and then you're going to hit this arrow and drag it forward and lift it up. Now you're not going to want to spin it. You're going to want to bring it on out, and you're going to spin it, level it a little bit, drag it over because it's starting to curve here, and you don't want it to curve too much. You're going to bring it around with this curve here, the little green one. See the green one? That tilts it, see? And the red one goes up and down. So then the blue one tilts side to side. You're going to lower it with this here, and once you get all that kind of lined up to where you're satisfied that it looks like it's going to flow nicely along, then you can leave it there. Okay, if that looks good, then you're good. You don't want to go too far down because it'll tip and make a spiral. So now you're going to hit Control D and do the same thing, and you're just going to do that over and over, adjusting this according to the road, the way that you have your road. And you want to come a little further out, but not too far. Each level of the ground that changes is where you kind of want to go and then stop, and you don't want to go too far out. But if you got a nice long straight path, you can go a little further. Like if it's all flat and straight, you can go like from here to way over here. You don't have to have quite as many. Alright, and so we're going to drag this over a little bit. Going to tilt it a little, lower it just a little, tilt it a little more, and just basically get it as close to right as you can. Then you're going to click Control D again and do that over and over until you get to the end. So we're going to speed it up, get it on over there, and drag it over a little bit, bring it forward, just a little bit less of a drop, bring it down, lower it about right there. It's not too bad, actually can turn it a little bit. There we go. And we're going to do one more, Control D, and then bring it forward once we click on the right spot. And remember again, this middle piece has to hit wherever that road line's going to be. So you would have to draw an imaginary line in your mind where it's going to be. So you would want to turn it because that's how the road's going to end. And you would drag it out as far as you think till this hits that line where that road would be. And you don't want too big of a turn because it can be a problem. But you know, if it is, you can always back off. You can always change your road. Say if this was a problem, you can redo it just redo the ones that's a problem and maybe change your road a little bit and then to get it to work. So don't panic, and I'll show you. I changed my road a bunch of times till I got it. See these roads? I painted them again. I was coming around trying to take it down this first road and it wouldn't work. I was going to take it down there. It wouldn't work. It was giving me problems right there. So then I took it a little straighter. That didn't work because I had gotten that one fixed, but it wasn't coming on around. So then I did it over here, way over here. This didn't work. This one didn't work. So finally I put it a little further over and then it worked. So you just keep working with it till you get it and figure it out. Alright, so don't panic. Just try new things. Don't worry. Alright, so that's pretty good, pretty straight. I mean, it could turn a little bit actually. That should be pretty good. If there was a road there, probably would be a little further out, but whatever. Anyway, so that's where we got that one, and we're going to lower it just a little bit, and now we're all set, right? So pretend we're all set. We did everything we said we were going to do, got all them in place, and now we're going to go to the next step. So give me a second to catch up with my notes. Alright, we did all that. Okay. So now, I'm going to move along to the next step. So now we're ready to highlight it. So you're gonna left click on roadway 1. It's gonna highlight every single one of these that you placed, which is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which in my case over there was like 47. So once you do that, you're going to, let me see, I think I was already did that. Yeah, I already showed that. Okay, so I already showed that. I'm going through my list to make sure. Okay, I already did all that, so skip that page. Alright, I wrote it all down. Okay, now click on row A1, highlight that has the markers, click File, then Export Selection. So I'm going to click File, Export Selection, after we got those highlighted, and then we're going to go to the Downloads area where we have our Spline Street Constructor. Double click on it, open it up, and you're going to click on the splines. Now I'm not going to, I don't think I can do that right now because it's going to take away my other road. But I'm going to show you what it looks like afterward, okay? So you would click on this splines right here, and it would pop that name up right here, and then you would hit save. So it would take and save this right here to this splines i3D. Now I would probably have to make another splines and call it something else. I'm thinking to make a second road. So I haven't done that yet, so I might could do that now actually. Let me try that. Let's create one. Create spline. We're gonna click on it. We're going to export it, and then we're going to put it into this constructor, and we're going to call this one splines, but we're also going to add a 1 to it. Splines, or we could put 2. Well, we'll just put 1 and we'll call it 1. Alright, so save it. So I'm going to see if that works out. And then we'll delete that because we don't need that spline. And then, because we needed the i3D. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on roadway 1 again, this one. And we would probably call it roadway 2 if we had already done that one. And that's my assumption. I haven't went that far. Now we're going to come up here to export selection after we highlighted those. We're going to pick splines 1 because that's a different one. And we're going to hit save, and we're going to say yeah, we want to replace it, and the only reason you're replacing it is because it made itself that little spline that didn't go anywhere, so we're replacing it to make it this. So yes, you do want to replace that. Once you do that, the next step is to go to that I'm gonna call it SSC. It's a Spline Street Constructor. Kind of gets old saying it over and over again. Under the downloads, open it up. Open up the blank one, or the unzipped folder, and you're going to go find where it says application. See right there where it says application? You're going to double click on it. It's going to open this up. Now you're going to come over here and hit load parameter, and I'm not sure what all that says, but you could type it in your Google Translate if you want to know, but you don't need to know as long as you know what step to do. So you're going to click that. You're going to click Strasse which is street for German. Click on it, click open. It's going to put this verge diffuse in DDS, which is the grass border of the middle. And if you click on this, you can see this is the grass part that I showed. You can see off the edge of the road on either side, and right now we only have this side done. So this one here is for this here, which is the grass, which is called verge in the German, I guess. The middle one is for the road. This is the roadway, and this one's gonna look just like this one, and it's gonna be on the right side. But that's how you see it. You don't have to use that though. You can ignore that completely and don't even use it. You don't even have to worry with it. Alright, once you do that, if you wanted, you could click on here and look, and you would find the verge one and click on it and click open, but it's already there, so I don't have to. So now that it's already there, because I loaded the street, you're going to click on this check mark to open this, and then you're going to hit copy. It's going to throw all this on that side, and now if you click this, you can see the whole thing. You got the left side, which is here, the middle, which is right here, and this side, which is the right side. So you just close that. You don't even need that. And then you're going to go to the next step, which is, this right here, I don't even know how to say that in German, but that's the road width. And then you have all this other stuff you could look up on the Google Translate. But you don't have to change it, but I'm sure if you wanted to finagle with it, you could, but I haven't changed it. So you're going to click on this, and you're going to pick the roads. Now, in your case, you're going to be picking road 51, just the blank one, because that's what it comes with if you didn't make any lines. But if you made lines, you're going to click that one, and that's the one that I made last on the last video with the underscore lines, and that's the one I made showing you how to do it to make the lines on that road. So then you're going to click open, and then you're going to come and you're going to hit I3D, and you're going to hit roadway 1. Now I can't do that in this case because I got to make another roadway because I'm trying to make that other one. So let's go back to here. I got to make another roadway 1. I'm going to have to be careful on naming everything because it's all saying the same thing. Roadway 1. Now I'm going to export that because it's already highlighted with export selection, but I'm going to call it, I should have called it something else actually, cancel that. I should have called it roadway 2 or 01 or something. Let's say 2. Let's go 2. Alright, now we're going to highlight number 2, file, export selection. You would do 1 to start with, but I'm doing 2 because this is a second road. And you would write roadway 2, and it's an I3D. Hit save, and then you can delete that one. Alright, so now you have that. Now we'll go back to this Spline Street Constructor and hit I3D, pick the roadway 2, hit save. Now you would be hitting 1. You'd be hitting roadway 1. Okay, so on this one you would be hitting road 51 if you didn't have the lines, and then on this one you would hit roadway 1 because that's what you would have called it. Then you're going to come here and highlight this because it's going to say Strasse or something like that, and you're going to call it roadway 1 for your shape name. Okay, then you're going to come down to this here where it says Spline something, I can't read it, it's in German, and you're going to click on this. You're going to open that. And in my case, I'm hitting splines 1, but in your case, you'd be hitting splines because that was your first one you did. Okay? Unless you decided to name it spline 01, and then so each street would be something different or whatever. Okay? So we're going to click on splines 1, in my case splines, in your case hit open. It's going to put all these coordinates in, and what those coordinates are is these little markers. You know how on when you're in here you got translate and rotate? That's what those numbers are. So in here these are the X, Y, and Z for both the translate and the rotate. So for each marker, when you click this arrow, it goes 1, 2, 3 all the way through to the however many you did. Right here it says 5 because we got 5 markers. On the other one I did, it said 47 here because I had 47 markers. So that's where it says that, how many you have, and this is where you can see what the coordinates is for each one. Alright, now you don't have to look at that. After you load it, you're good. You don't got to look at it. And then once you're done with all that, there's one thing you got to do one time, and then you don't have to do it again. You're going to click on this down here at the bottom, and I don't even know what the word is, but you can look it up in Google Translate. And this would normally say 5, 5, 5 or whatever. You're going to change all the first 4 to 1. So 1, 1, 1, and 1. The rest leave the same, and then hit OK. You're not going to have to change it again, but for whatever reason, that's what he said, and that's what I'm doing. So once you're done with all that, you're finished. You're going to hit go. And as you can see down here, it put all this in. And if it shows you this down here at the bottom with the vertices and the triangles and stuff like that, then you know it worked. Okay, it at least put it in the map, or it will put it in the map when you import it. But you didn't have any errors. But even though you didn't have any errors, you still could have some issues with twisting. So you might have to still redo it. But anyway, once that's done, hit minimize and go back to your map area. You're going to hit File, Import. You're going to hit Rowway 1 for you if you named yours Rowway 1. And in my case, it's going to be Rowway 2. Then you're going to open, and it's going to be at the bottom. It's going to be highlighted. You're going to hit Cut. After you hit Edit, then Cut. And then you're going to click back on the Rowway 1 or 2, which really should have said 2. But in my case, I've already named it, so it's fine. Highlight these, and then you're going to hit Edit, Paste, so that it goes in this area. Now once it does that, it should put the road right here. So I'm going to have to see if it worked out. I'm not sure that it did, because it might not have, because of that little, it didn't say 2, but let me see. So after you do that, once you put it in there, let me see what it says. Yeah, it's got your splines. Everything's in there. It's got your splines, so you're good. You're going to come over to your rotate, and you could put 0.48 or whatever you can. 47. Try whatever you can. Whatever you can get it to do to bring it up. So you're going to do it under the Translate Y one. Okay? Just start with those numbers, and you can see it's there. And it has the lines. So you're pretty close to where you want it. Now obviously you're going to have to come up on these edges a little bit, but it's there, and it looks good, and it's shaped good, and it's starting to curve. Now you'll have to adjust this a little bit, but it's pretty close. So you're all set there. Now if you're satisfied that it looks good, what you could do, or if you're testing it, go on and hit the terrain sculpt mode, and make sure you have it on smooth on one of them, which is my right mouse button, and you just hover over it and try to smooth it on down a little bit. And if that's not enough, if it's not taking it away, you'll have to put it on subtract and just knock it out of there, and just work it till you get it right where you want it. Be very careful not to go too far, because it'll go lower, way lower than what the road is. And but anyway, you're going to want to fill that in, and if you don't like it, let me show you, come up close. If you don't like the grass like that, looking like that, then you're going to want to bring this up over it. So you put it on add, put it on the sculpt mode, and you're going to just bring that up to the road edge. Well, you got to back that off a little bit. But anyway, you just fight with it all the way till you get all of it up to the road edge, and you would smooth out up, get it off of there. But it would be a chore to do that. So you're just going to have to work with that part. Or you could also, if you want, you try to lower it down a little bit. You can hit this and try to lower it down a little bit. But if you go too far, like I say, it's a real pain trying to wiggle it. like that. So you just got to adjust it till you see fit. But I'm just going to put it at 0.46. Try that, see if it's any better. Nope. Let's try 4.3. See, I was trying to lower some of these edges, but it's just not going to do it. So anyway, pick which one you want and then adjust accordingly with the sculpt mode. And this road would butt into another road, and as you can see, it'll butt in right where we put it. See where we put that line? It was in the middle of it. See, remember that little dot I showed you? And that's where our road would kind of line up at. And you would fit your next road to that. Now, that's not the last step, so hang on, keep watching. Alright, so once we did all that, I'm jumping ahead because I skipped all that without looking at it. Alright, we did all that, we hit go, we got that. Jump, jump, jump. Let me get ahead. Alright. Once we do all that, we get it in there, we're going to delete our markers. So you can click on a marker, and then you're going to hit Control, and then you can left click on all the rest of the markers. And that's what you're going to just delete the markers. As far as I know, because we already have our spline stuff there. So then we're going to hit delete. Now our road's the only thing there, and now you can just adjust all your stuff up to your edge and make it all pretty. Alright, now that part's done. Now we're still not done. Over here, once you click on this it's not going to be pulling it from the right place, so you're going to have to click on it to highlight it. And then you're going to, I think you have to click on the main part. I'm not sure now. I'll have to test it. Anyway, click on the roadway 1 to highlight the road, and then you're going to click on export selection with files. Then you're going to go to your map, My Games, FS17, Mods, Jules Peach Valley, Maps. Then I'm going to go in a folder called Objects. You could put it whatever you want. You could make it in the Roads folder or whatever you want to do. I'm just going to stick it in here for now. You're going to highlight there. You're going to call it Roads, or excuse me, Roadway 1. Call it whatever you had called it. Actually, in this case, I've called it Roadway 1, but I guess I'll do it for now and then delete it because I'm not keeping that road. I'm just doing this as a tutorial. I'll hit that for now and then I'll have to delete it. Alright, and then you just hit save. And then you don't need to hit yes on this, hit no, because you don't need everything, you just need that. So no, and I'm just gonna hit I'm not sure about that one. Do you want to keep game relative paths? I'm not sure about that one. I'm gonna hit yes. I don't know for sure on that one though. And it should make it so we can import that back in here. So what you're gonna do now is you can do one of two things. You could go ahead and import the other one in or delete that one, but I'm gonna import it in first. Import, find the road because we just put it here, and hit open. And it should put it there, and now it's there. And then we'll delete the other one since that one is here. That's that one. So we're keeping that one. We're going to delete this one. See that one? Delete that one. And now the other one's gone, and now you got it, and it's got the right path, and you're all set. So that's how you do it. But I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you. I'm trying to think. I don't want to miss anything that you need to know. Deleted all the stuff. Oh, you need to save the map. So hit save, and then once you hit save, you could go on the map and you'll see it in there, and I'll show that on another episode. So I'm not going to save that because I don't want that one. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for everybody that's been subscribing, and I hope this helps you. If not, I'll try to elaborate, ask me some questions. Excuse me. The only other thing is I could show you if you're troubleshooting, you're gonna have something pop up here that it's an error, and then it's gonna pop up something that says number 41 or number 42 or between 41 and 42. Well, say this is 41 and 42, which really it was over there. I kept having a problem, and so I had to adjust them, and then finally I got it working, and then it did another problem, so I had to adjust those, just those certain markers that they said. But what happened is this twisted up, and I had, these were all perfectly lined up looking like that, but it didn't like that for whatever reason. So I just tilted it a little bit this way, tilted that one, wherever I saw the curve at, and it looked like the road was twisted there, I curved it in the other direction, and just a little bit, just enough to say, okay, if you don't like it. And I moved it, and what I did is when I had the error and I did all that, I fixed it, and then I went back and selected the roadway one again, the one that whatever highlights this whole thing, which in this case would have been this one, and it highlighted, the road wasn't there, by the way, the markers were, and you would click on that, and you would go File, Export Selection. Once you did that, I ain't gonna do it, but I'm gonna show you, it would open it up, and you would go to the download to the spline streak thing, and you would open it, and you would pick the splines again, this one here in that case, because that was the first one, and you would click on it, and you would hit save, and you would hit yes, you want to replace it. And once you did that after your first error, and you hit back to do it, you fixed it, then you went back and hit it to splines, you would come and click back on this, and you would, after your error, and all you would have to change is, if you didn't X out this and you left everything the same, you would come and click here and go back and click on splines again and click open, and you wouldn't have to redo everything. You would just redo the markers, click on that, File, Export Selection, put it in the splines thing back where you were, the one that had messed up, and then hit open, because it'll save the new coordinates to it, and then hit open, and it'll put it here. And once you do, hit go, and then you'll have the new coordinates. Then you'll come back to the map, the map in Giants Editor. You would File, Import, go back to roadway 1 in the Spline Street Constructor, and then you would click it, or whatever you called it, and then you would import it in, and then it would either fix it or you would still have a problem. And it would have told you if it fixed. If it shows this where it says vertices and triangles, then it was probably pretty close to fixed. If not, it'll say error 41 or 42 or 1 or 2 between those or whatever. It'll tell you. Just troubleshoot it. So I had to troubleshoot it before I could get it to start doing this. But if you'll keep it pretty flat and straight like we did this one over here, you'll be fine. So if it's pretty easy and straight, it won't be hard. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't leave anything out. I tried not to. I want to make it where you can do it very easy. And as you can see, it's not perfect. You'll have to really work to get it. It's not perfect. You'll have to put grass and get it all situated, but it will look nice. And I'm assuming you go ahead and change the size of the road right there, but I hadn't tried that, so you could maybe try it if you want to. Just don't forget what it's on in case you have to go back. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all new subscribers. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.